Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kayfabe Soup Podcast. I am your host, Good Producer Jr. Today, I am joined by Argyle and the intern. Would you guys like to say hi?
Hey, your captain
Definitely.
speaking.
Cool.
who is
Long
that?
hey.
Who is that? Is that the intern?
It is the intern. I'd just like to say a quick hello to all my Viking Raiders and Kabuki Warriors out there.
That's good.
Yeah, Argyle here too. Back for another spoilers episode of the podcast. So, as always,
Yeah.
if you guys don't want to know, if you don't want to know the lock winners this Sunday, then I'll stop listening now because
Wait, spoiler episode. We have Don Jardine here.
Yeah, I'm about to ruin everything.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about the Money in the Bank pay-per-view that's happening this Sunday, which I'm pretty sure a bunch of us did not know was happening.
Wait, there's a pay-per-view this Sunday?
Yeah, surprisingly there is. Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
WWE is still in existence? I mean, with all their rating woes, I kind of thought they folded by now.
Well, I don't know how much longer, man. We're also going to be talking about AEW and their new TV deal.
Ooh.
And then a little bit about what's going on with Vince McMahon and his writers.
Ooh. By the way,
gonna...
intern, is it just me or does it seem like GRG he drank some coffee or something tonight? He's ready for this podcast. I like it.
I like it.
All right, let's start this off. Money in the Bank talk. First match will be Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the Usos. Whether it's for the tag titles, I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys here. I have not seen WWE product shows this week. I barely paid attention to last week's, so most of these are gonna go just off who I think should win. And with this one, I'd probably go with Daniel Bryan and Rowan because I I like where the whole Daniel Bryan making the tag team division great again works. So that's just me, and that's the only thing I have to say on this.
Yeah, I watched all of this week's WWE programming, and much like the last few weeks, I can't remember a dang nothing noteworthy. I think the only thing I actually remember from this week is just a big like Union Jack. I want to say what we were in England this week.
Yeah.
Is that right? I think that's about all I remember.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't even remember that.
But yeah, so I'm looking at the WWE page right now. I think just the wording of it and the language, SmackDown champions versus the Usos, but nothing about the championship being on the line. So this is a non-title.
I would assume so.
I've seen WrestlingInc.com is saying it's a title match, but that's WrestlingInc.com, not WWE, so I don't even know.
They're trash.
Even the language of it is just Bryan and Rowan will battle Jimmy and Jay as opposed to defend the title. Yeah, I think I don't know. We're all on the air. At least I'm coming off of you here, GRG and Rowan are the winners that I have. They just got the titles. I don't see them dropping anytime.
First of all, before I give my prediction, I just want to get really quickly catch you guys up to speed on what you missed this week or for GRJ.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what you missed this week.
Let me write that. Let me write those in my notes. Give me a second. And we're good.
But yeah, I regardless of whether the titles are on the line or not, which is still extremely stupidly ambiguous, I'm in agreement. Daniel Bryan and Rowan are gold as champions, and I know the WWE loves nothing more than to have their champions lose every single non-title match ever, because nothing makes you weaker in the WWE than being a champion for some reason.
Do you know where my scatterbrain just went? When you just said ambiguous. Do you remember the SNL character, the ambiguously gay duo?
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know why I was like, okay, because WWE likes to capitalize on pop culture stuff. I'm like, I wonder if around that time they did have a tag team that was a play off of that. And then I remember like, was that Billy and Chuck?
Billy and
really
Chuck
did that?
Pretty much Too Cool were kind of like that as well when they first started before when they were Too Much or whatever they were called.
Too much. All right, sorry that was that was off topic.
But yeah, no, I'm in full agreement here. It's Brian and Rowan when the Usos will then go back to Raw and probably do more horrible things with the Revival that make us want to punch our holes through our television sets.
Jesus. Yeah.
Lucy Hot for the win, said no one ever.
Did they show anything like they had to use the Uzi Hot? Because like I know they came out with with the product.
Yeah, no, that's all it was. Best case scenario, they smeared it all over the inside of the Revival's tights. Worst case scenario, the Revival apparently used it to do naughty things to themselves.
Oh, right. Yes. The ambiguously gay duo. It all comes full circle. What else? There's something else in the pre-show.
Nothing that has been actually slated for the pre-show, but the next match we will talk about is for the Cruiserweight Championship, which will probably end up on which would probably end up on the pre-show anyways. It's Tony Nese defending against Arya Davari.
I'm gonna be honest here. I'm gonna defer this over to intern.
Yeah,
if you got
intern,
anything, I
talk to us.
Smartness up.
Yeah, basically what we have here is two guys who, as much as I like both of them as workers, I'd never really thought of any of them being above mid-carders in that division, which is kind of sad when you think about it. So I almost feel like just flipping a coin. I think Tony Nese retains because I don't think they have plans for Arya Davari. That and I want a babyface Drew Gulak main event put.
NXT, right?
Well, he actually did show up on NXT this week, just standing up on the entrance ramp during Kushida's match to scout him out.
Right.
And then to walk away being like, "I'm not impressed with you."
Unimpressed Gulak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did leave his feet a couple of times, so that's wrong right there.
Yeah, just by name alone, I'd probably choose Tony Nese. Unless if they want to turn Arya Davari into a mega, the whole Saudi Arabia event coming up.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else I would do with that. Anyways, moving on. The next one's the United States Championship. Samoa Joe defending against Rey Mysterio. Right here, I'm all about PBR's goal to write up the Grand Slam for Rey Mysterio. I wish Samoa Joe was higher up on the card, but the fact that he's a championship, I'm happy with. Even though I have not seen him do anything with it, just because I haven't been watching WWE programming. But if I'm gonna choose a winner here, it's gonna be Samoa Joe.
I'll be honest, I don't think Samoa Joe deserves the win, just on the grounds that we've had several times with Ray bringing Dominic on the show, and not once attack him, choke him out, do anything but say like mean things to him once. Joe, you deserve to lose for wasting such an opportunity. That being said, I do have Joe winning it because I mean Ray,
I don't know,
Ray
man.
is awesome. Ray's awesome, but he doesn't need a title.
I did somewhat pop for Joe saying that his son was bigger than him, and it's like more of a threat than Ray does.
Yeah, but he also loses points for asking, "Are you sure Dominic's even your son?" When it's like, dude, do you know WWE continuity? It's been established he's not Ray's son already. We had a ladder match because of that.
That's what I'm watching him right now on Uncensored 96, and that's what I got going on in the background. Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, honestly, for a second I kind of talked myself into Ray winning this match just because it's a rematch of theirs, and if they wanted to play out this feud longer and have the titles flip on them, I could see them doing that, and I know that they have stock in Ray, just draw wise and stuff, but I also feel too that if I'm really thinking about it, that Joe's title reign just feels really even gotten started or took off or gotten anywhere yet. Could have been because of Mysterio's injury and stuff or whatever, but it just feels like they gave him the belt to do something. Everything that he's been given since he's joined the WWE NXT, he's knocked out of the, and I felt like they really wanted to give him a title reign, and that happened yet. So I mean, I have Joe here winning just because I think he's going to continue his title reign.
Yeah, in a better world, I don't think Joe should lose that title until they're actually ready to move him up to main event things, but that's just me.
Yeah, right? Yeah, but I don't know. Okay, moving on. We have the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston defending against Kevin Owens. God, I wish these two paired up a little bit later. These um, days as champion, because honestly, I would rather see Kevin Owens as champion over Kofi.
Same.
But I don't see Kofi losing the title this quickly.
I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Real quick, has anybody seen the? Okay, so what do we got after Money in the Bank? Extreme Rules? Is that what's next?
No idea.
Has anybody seen the local advertisements for what is?
I didn't see that, but I heard it may have possibly spoiled something.
Right. I mean, everything's obviously scheduled to change, and we always hear these things when they come out, when the advertisements come out, what they could mean. But I was just wondering if you guys had heard it before you.
I have not. Could you explain?
From what I remember for this, Kofi and Kevin Owens were having a rematch. Is what more might come as we go along, but for this one, I think they have them just in.
Well, on the plus side, that doesn't really necessarily give away the winner because that match could still happen regardless of who wins.
Yeah. I think they added Randy Orton in their advertisements to make it a triple threat.
Oh, good. That's what every match needs.
Right.
Oh, good. I'm gonna remember that every time Randy Orton comes. I'm gonna remember your line and that same tone of voice. Oh, good. Just exactly what we needed.
Just think of the promos alone. Holy crap! That could cure my insomnia.
I'm gonna think that every time Raw and SmackDown starts from the opening screen. Oh, good. Oh, great. This is what we needed. Yeah, Kofi wins.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Kofi wins. Even though he wasn't the guy that was supposed to be champion, he still has a huge groundswell of support, and I think Vince is probably, as long as Kofi's making him money for the time being, or until Roman Reigns gets pushed to that main event scene.
Yeah.
Again, Kofi's going to be holding on to that belt for Roman.
I have Kofi here, but trust, I will be wearing one of my several Kevin Owens shirts watching Money in the Bank, and I will be rooting for Kevin Owens heavily to win.
Yeah, I'll probably give this one of my really low scores, so that way I don't feel bad about rooting against the guy that I predicted.
Or yeah, this might be. How many matches are on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
11.
Yeah.
10. Oh, I had 10 here in my notes. Yeah,
11 including pre-show.
This will probably be my 11 points.
And who are you choosing?
Kofi.
Oh, okay. Damn, do we really have to talk about this match? Next one is Steel Cage match: The Miz versus Shane McMahon.
Ooh.
I'm over Shane.
Best in the world. He's the best in the
Dude,
world, GRJ.
dude. Okay. If you go back and listen to every other podcast, that's how I treat it. Like, dude, he's the best in the world. I'm just over it. I'm sick of this dude. Like, get the Miz somewhere in the main event. Come on, do it.
Now you guys know how I have felt for the past couple of years when I was trashing Shane when he was a babyface. I was already over him then.
Ooh,
Yeah.
another
Steel
one
cage
of the. Never, yeah.
So steel cage match. I'm choosing the Miz to win. I hope the Miz wins. Either that or Shane. Storyline's over, and then we could get the Miz somewhere else.
And then Shane goes on to face Kofi Kingston, and then and then Seth Rollins, and he wins the Universal and World title, and I hang myself.
I want to say I saw, for the Extreme Rules advertisements for this. There's more spoilers, I guess. I want to say I actually saw Shane and Elias in a handicap match against either Miz or Roman Reigns. Gosh, I gotta recheck that. It's not in my notes. But yeah, I saw them in a handicap match. So Shane's gonna still be wrestling here. He just had a match, didn't he, this last week? Right?
Yeah.
On SmackDown, right? Or is it
that's Intertalk. I don't know.
Was he a part of the shakeup to come on Raw and have a match?
Okay, look. We tie up intern every week. We open up his eyes and we make him watch both Raw and SmackDown. He's the one that suffers for us.
I watch every minute of Raw and SmackDown. I just, for the last, I just say the last month or two, I've just been having the hardest time really retaining what's happened because I just feel as if nothing noteworthy has happened.
Because it's all that AEW talk, right?
It could be. I'll tell you, I'm more hyped for it today than I was yesterday, and I'm probably more hyped on it now than I have been before. But I think jokes aside, it's more of a product of WWE slacking right now. It takes us doing this podcast for me really to remember back. That's right, that did happen. Oh yeah, I totally watched 5 hours of wrestling and I remember 5 minutes of it.
Well, that's a minute less than what the girls got on TV.
Yeah. For the record, it's Roman Reigns versus Shane and Elias is what was being advertised.
Roman Reigns, that's right. Yeah, for Shane and Elias. Yeah, I was just kind of pointing out that Shane's actually competing more than just a off special WrestleMania match and stuff. He's been on TV, and he's going to be Money in the Bank, and then it's scheduled for the next one.
Someone's got to teach these up and coming stars how to actually throw punches.
It's a little part of me wants to say it's that kind of, I don't know if pride's the right word, but it's that if there is heat in the locker room right now, if morale is really low, I could see someone like Shane being like, you know what, I'm gonna go out there and I'll do it, with you guys, and I'll be out. It's a McMahon thing to do, but anyway, going back to actually predicting this winner, I have Miz also winning. I wouldn't be surprised if Shane won. I thought there was no way in hell Miz was gonna lose their last bout at WrestleMania. But
that's because there was no way in hell he should have lost.
Exactly. Well, yeah. So yeah, I guess anything can happen. It surprised me, I guess, at all. But Miz has to win this, right?
Well, right? Yeah. Shane. It's not like Shane can climb. He's so sweaty he'll slip off and break his neck. Yeah, I got Miz winning this too, and
sweaty McMahon.
I get the feeling that if I'm wrong, I'm going to chug a whole bottle of Drano or something. I don't know.
Keep some in stock.
All right, next match is for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. We have Becky Lynch defending against the Queen, Charlotte Flair. I said this before we started recording. Hey, you shut up right now.
You guys hear that? You guys hear that homerism here?
Okay,
we don't even get Becky 2 belts. We don't even get the man Becky Lynch. It's just
To be fair, Becky
Lynch.
2 belts is
It's
a really
Becky
stupid
Lynch
name.
and the Queen Charlotte.
And the Queen.
Like I said before we even started recording, we were talking about this for a little bit. I said I wish Charlotte was not Becky's first SmackDown opponent. I wish Becky kind of messed around with the rest of the roster, and then maybe around November, December is when you introduce Charlotte Flair for Becky. Because
Like,
I really don't. What do you mean?
Or like maybe like SummerSlam, or at least.
Something like that. Something. Give it a later date. Because right here, whoever loses, I feel is just gonna get dragged a little bit. Because if Charlotte loses, what else does she have? She lost at WrestleMania. She's losing here. How much longer are you gonna have her lose, but still have her on top of the rest of the roster?
Yeah.
And I feel let's throw in the women's championship. Same thing with Lacey Evans. Um, they're trying to build her up as some mega star. I wish they would have kept her away from Becky for a while. Let her beat the rest of the division. If that's the way they're taking Lacey Evans, which I feel they are.
Oh yeah, she's got to be Raw's southern version of Charlotte.
Exactly.
I would think that's usually a credit to booking if you have a champion going against thing can afford to lose. I guess I don't know, or just I mean, if you just have that feeling of any one of these people can win, I think that's more of a credit to booking. But I mean, I would say typically, maybe not in this case, but
okay. But my question here to both of you: does Becky walk away with both belts?
No, I don't think so.
Becky two belts?
Not unless they really find a way to monetize Becky 2 belts. That is the dumbest nickname ever. Plus, it has the word belts, which I imagine gives Vince the heebie-jeebies every time he hears it. So, no, I don't think. I think she drops one of them at least.
Didn't he say he allows it now just because he could make money off of it?
Oh yeah, he may allow it. I still don't think he likes it.
I think I'm on board. I'm with her leaving with one title as well.
Title.
I'm gonna go the other way as intern on that one. Actually, I think intern was sitting and that you were seeing Charlotte win to have her lose a SmackDown title and retain the Raw title. I'm actually gonna go the other way though, and I think I have Lacey Evans taking the belt off of Becky.
Whichever match happens first, Becky wins. Yeah. It's the second one I feel is the one that she's going to lose.
And of course, there's always the possibility that she wins both matches, but then loses by Money in the Bank cash-in. So,
I didn't even think of that.
if I'm picking Lacey Evans here, but I'm not confident in it. And if I'm really trying to be honest here, I do see Becky winning, but them putting an effort to pull some shenanigans out there to protect Lacey Evans, just because it's way too early for her to be taking hard losses, especially when it's been rumored that they want to make her a big deal and a huge star. She's in a big spot for it right now. So they have to protect her in some way.
But that's the thing. Like right here, if I see Lacey Evans and if I see the Raw Women's Championship match going on first, I could totally see Lacey Evans putting up a fight, but Becky winning. And by her next championship, that's the real challenge. Does she beat her in that? I don't think she should. But I do. If you reverse it, where Charlotte Flair and the Becky Lynch match happens first, I could totally see Becky Lynch winning and surviving Charlotte Flair, but then gets beat by Lacey Evans because of how bad the first match went.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's just me. I don't know. But yeah, this is a toss. Goes first.
My problem is I keep with these matches I don't have confidence in. I keep trying to ask myself, what would Bruce Pritchard do? And then I realize the answer to that is make Mantar.
Oh my god! Shouldn't you be asking me what Dana Warrior would do?
Oh God. Well, no one is out there promoting Dana Warrior, so she must not be writing these segments.
I don't know, cause isn't that what one of the writers said that's
Yeah,
who they're
that
working for?
basically Dana, they work for Dana Warrior or something like that. Was
And that's kind of scary.
Yep. So
That
yeah,
would that would make sense with the whole Lars Sullivan thing. Just putting it out there.
yeah. Now that I think about it, if Dana Warrior's in charge, maybe both the blondes go over.
Damn
Just
it,
saying,
that's a good point.
blondes got to book blondes.
That is true. All right, yeah, Charlotte and Lacey Evans wins. Those are my picks. Damn.
You're picking Charlotte and Lacey Evans?
Yeah, Blonde's got to win, dude.
Damn, all right, Blonde's gonna win.
Remember this. Remember this on Sunday. You're gonna be like, son of a.
Yeah, yeah.
No, more like I'm gonna be damn you, Dana Warrior.
Right. What's next? Roman Reigns versus Elias is just a singles match. I have no opinion on this because I have no idea what's going on between these two.
Yeah, that I've been watching. I don't really have an opinion going on there. It's like, yeah, Roman just decided to be a complete douche and got into a fight with Elias McMahon because he had to prove he was the big dog.
Oh, this goes back to the biggest acquisition from SmackDown, right?
Yeah, when Roman showed up, punched Elias.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that. Okay. Do I see them putting Elias over Roman Reigns? No, not 1%.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me.
Basically, you could have just been like, "It's Roman Reigns versus," and I wouldn't let you finish. I'd be like, "Roman wins."
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, dude survived. You may not have known this without watching those long video packages, but did you know he survived leukemia and is a hero?
That's
Those video, man, they pushed that hard in those video packages this week and last week. Ugh. My favorite part about that being that if you listen to the crowd reaction of like the video content or the video package they put out, apparently he was super cheered when he won the 2015 Royal Rumble. That's what happened, right?
I got a random question.
Yep.
What was Goldberg's actually undefeated streak? Was it 173?
It was 170 something. I'm trying to remember I should know the number because there was a really stupid storyline in WCW. I know that never happens. Where Goldberg was told that if he did that, he had to match his streak again. If he lost one match, and if he didn't match his streak, he'd be fired. If he lost one match before reaching 173 wins.
173.
That sounds very familiar. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that sounds very Vince Russo, and then I would have been like, that's because it is a Vince Russo story.
I only asked that because I could see Roman going on a streak that's better.
Yeah, but the best part was the best part was the numbers weren't even legit. They were originally legit, and then eventually, once fans started catching on, WCW started fudging the numbers to make them bigger. Even though the fans were meticulously keeping track of how even like his house show matches and such from thanks to the newsletters.
That's what they said, right? Like it was like including house shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what happened with Asuka as well?
Yeah.
Like they included her house show wins as part of it, which I think makes sense because
Roman just lost a match this last week. Actually, it was the handicap match.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a singles match, but
but then he still left sent the heels packing because apparently you can't get if you're a heel you can't have heat for more than 0.5 seconds after a match is over.
Okay. Oh my god.
Okay. Sorry. Take a wild guess. Roman Reigns. Here's some trivia. Wild guesses. Roman Reigns' last singles loss.
I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Jesus.
Oh, that hurt. Sorry. What was the question?
Take a guess. What was Roman Reigns' last singles loss?
I'm trying to remember which of the Brock Lesnar matches that would have been. I want to say Crown Jewel or this whichever Saudi show that was that they had that stupid cage match with the stupid finish.
Was that at Greatest Royal Rumble 2018?
I don't remember if it was Greatest Royal Rumble or Crown. Yeah, it was at Greatest Royal Rumble, not Crown Jewel, I think.
He did lose. Yeah, that was the steel cage match. Yeah. He did lose that. There was one more recent than that. So
Okay.
that was April 2018. There was one more recent than that. At Extreme Rules 2018 against Bobby Lashley.
Really? He lost against Bobby Lashley?
That's correct. I have Bobby Lashley defeating Roman Reigns in a pinfall at Extreme Rules July 15th.
But that was before they decided to throw away Bobby Lashley, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because Bobby Lashley came in hot. And then they kind of just dropped the ball on him.
I remember that now. I remember that now. That's when we all thought, oh great, we're gonna get Lashley versus Lesnar like everyone wants. But no, Roman still got the Lesnar match afterwards.
Right.
Huh.
Because Vince McMahon.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's bring it back. Let's rope this back right in. Roman Reigns versus Elias. Did we all agree on Roman Reigns?
Yes.
I think so.
And
all right, cool.
Breaking Goldberg streak.
Well, is it even a Goldberg streak anymore? Isn't it Asuka's streak?
Well, wasn't Asuka number of days rather than number of wins?
It's just how many people weren't ready.
Too. Nobody was ready for Asuka except for Vince.
It's just an unprepared problem.
Yeah.
It's just a preparation issue.
Okay, next match we have for the Universal Championship. We have Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles.
Well, this one might have gotten spoiled by that Extreme Rules local promo, because at that event the Universal title match is listed as as Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin in a tables match, which I assume is who can wait the most tables within a set time limit.
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time.
Yeah. Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin in a tables match. And given the Olive Garden garb, I assume that the stipulation will be who can wait the most tables.
That's right.
That's really good.
Corbin's got that.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
That's really good.
Sometimes inspiration hits me in the weirdest places.
You should write humor for WWE because that's way better than this.
I'm overqualified. I've watched wrestling before and I've made people laugh. They can't have that.
I don't see Seth Rollins losing this quickly, especially after what he did to Brock Lesnar. I don't see them just giving the title to Styles, so I'm gonna choose Rollins.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go on that. Corbin is rumored to have that match. That's actually why I selected Corbin in our fantasy wrestling league, because I knew he was going to be getting a push here. I knew it. I don't think he's going to win that match, but
it still helps, right?
Yeah, Seth Rollins winning this one.
Yep, in the battle of Burn It Down versus Build a House, I'm going with burning the house down.
Give me a second, boys.
Yep.
Actually, let's start with. The last two.
We just have the two Money in the Bank matches, right?
Yeah, exactly. So let's start off with the women's championship or the women's ladder Money in the Ladder. Oh my god! For the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah. Maybe that's too much coffee for you.
It wasn't. I didn't drink coffee.
No.
Did I drink coffee today?
Was it the kombucha?
It could have been the kombucha. That was just for my stomach. Anyways, we have Natalya, we have Dana Brooke, we have Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Ember Moon, and Carmella. The only two people I see that could win this No, let me reword that. The only person I want to see win this, just because of a personal opinion, is
Oh my God, Charlotte is not
Dana.
in the match.
No, I said
Charlotte
Dana
is not
Brooke.
in the match.
Dana Brooke.
Oh my.
We're gonna have strong Charlotte win this. Dana Brooke. If she doesn't win, it has to be Bailey. Those are my two picks. Other than that, I don't know. Who do you guys have
Yeah,
in this?
I was going down like a process of elimination of who's not gonna win this, and I just went down the entire list of every competitor basically. Natalia, no. Carmella's won it. Don't see it. Naomi's steams out. Ember Moon, I don't see on the roster past another year. Dana Brooke, I'm not as high on her as anyone here, or rational thinking tells you. Alexa Bliss, I can maybe see. Oh, wait, I have Carmella again. Yeah, the only person I have here that would actually do anything at all with this briefcase is Bailey. This is a no-brainer for me.
I went through the extremely scientific process of eeny, meeny, miny, and mo, and I haven't. Yeah, I have Alexa Bliss's winning it personally. She's been getting getting a little bit of that hype with her playing the coward, her losing to Naomi last week, and then this week she chickened her way out of a match because by saying I don't have my gear on and had Nikki Cross replace her. She seems
Right.
to tease an alliance with Nikki Cross that could play into the Money in the Bank match and allow her to get that Carmella win, but only with a henchman we actually like and not James Ellsworth.
Yeah, that was a bizarre pairing. Yeah, I could see that too. I could see that.
And which is
Wait,
good
what'd
because
you
if that
say?
didn't happen, I would have had no idea who I thought was going to.
Yeah,
Who'd
I
you
think
say
that
again?
I went with
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa.
I'm not happy with that.
Hey, I'm not necessarily happy with either. I'm just going by what seems what seems like most likely in my books.
And Argyle, who'd you say on this one?
Bailey.
Bailey. Yeah. That's who I feel is gonna win. I don't want her to win. I want Dana Brooke to win because I'm in love with Dana Brooke, but that's a different story. um. Yeah. So next match is for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Sami Zayn, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Boo, Baron Corbin, Ali, Finn Balor, Andrade, and Randy Orton.
Well, I can already tell you before we get started with who we think is going to win. I can tell you who's not going to win. Unfortunately, that's Ricochet, and I say that just because yesterday on SmackDown he actually climbed the ladder and grabbed the prop briefcase. So the announcer screamed, "Could this be a preview?" Blah 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 blah, like they always do. So
I
therefore,
thought they tried to play it off like, what does this mean? Like,
yeah. But either way, that means he's not. It means he's not winning Tom Phillips. That's what it means. But
So
yeah,
who do we have?
All right.
God. Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah. Let's start this off. First of all, I don't like that Randy Orton's in here.
I do
I'm
just
not.
because he's there to RKO someone in a really cool spot, and I hope that's literally
Yeah,
all he
but
does.
like we have Ricochet, we have Sammy, we have Ali, Balor, and Andrade. They could pick up a
Oh.
better. They could pick up a better spot than a freaking RKO out of nowhere. That's my thing. Who do I think is gonna win this match? Frick, I really don't know. I hope it's not Finn Balor just because he's holding the title.
I just thought of.
Um,
All I could think about was that line from earlier. With, oh, great, just what we needed.
yeah, exactly. I really have no idea who could win this. I feel like this is a toss-up. I kind of hope Ali gets it just because of where he was before, and then he got injured, and maybe they could probably just like tease him for a couple months, have him come out with the briefcase, and then have him wrestle a bunch of guys, and then pull a Baron Corbin and lose the the briefcase.
Huh. I'm going a similar route in that I'm going with a person of color of non-Caucasian type. I'm going with Andrade. He was
I hope
enough
you're
of a get
right.
that he was enough of a get that Fox was like, "Hey, we want a Hispanic star. Move," and they moved Andrade over. I could see them putting the briefcase on him just because of that whole Fox deal. Fox wanting that Latino star.
Didn't they want Rey Mysterio though?
I'm not sure if that's the case. If they specifically if they wanted Ray,
That makes sense to me.
from what I remember is that they wanted Rey Mysterio. Vince said no and gave him Andrade. But I could also see Charlotte Flair being like, "Yo, that's my man. Bring him back."
yeah, yeah. There was
I
there was rumor and innuendo that she made a stink, but
I actually heard that Andrade had stink. I think that was part of the notes actually that I was going over for that conference call I was talking about before this podcast. But I had heard that Andrade actually showed up to Vince's office and basically had asked him for a question to do something with him, and Vince basically told him to go learn English and come back to him. And I think we've actually seen him cut some promos more recently in English, and I think he's got a tutor I want or something.
yeah, they're still not top
Dude,
notch. But honestly, I'm liking
no.
his promos 10 times better than whatever Alistair Black is doing. What he called.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Okay, honestly, going to the whole speak English crap, I doubt that's what Vince is saying. Obviously, that's what he means. But anybody that's coming into WWE, no matter where the hell they're from, promos, talking on the mic, that's a huge freaking deal. So, should you get yourself a tutor to speak to the audience? Heck yes. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Andrade, Shinsuke, what is that tag team again? Blah blah
the
blah blah blah.
Kabuki Warriors.
Kabuki Warriors. Those two, like
Roman
this.
Reigns.
He needs to hang out with The Rock more and find that groove of how to talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, I agree with Vince on the whole. Like, you need to be able to talk to the fan base. You need to be able to connect with the people in the stands, on TV, and I think that's why he loved Eddie Guerrero so much. Why? Because yes, he could speak Spanish, but he came off very, very well in English.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
But yeah, so that's my 2 cents on that.
Meanwhile, if I were one of these people that don't speak English and I was told to get a tutor, just as a nice subversion, I'd get Ahmed Johnson to be my English tutor.
Oh my god.
No, I would not.
This is this is where Argyle plays any mini miny mo, I guess, with this one.
Yeah.
Finn Balor is already a champion. Andrade is not ready. According to Vince, I see Ricochet winning this. Going, and I have to say through a disclaimer for anybody listening, I am actually a Randy Orton fan. So as much as we do actually like him, I'm not trying to bury him too much.
I like him, but I am trying to bury him. Figure that one
yes,
out.
yes. So I think what we had heard, maybe this was a couple months ago, like leading up to Money in the Bank, I had heard that they wanted to make the Money in the Bank really important somehow for the winner. They wanted to stress for it. I think they wanted it to be. They wanted it to make it successful cash-ins for whoever is winning it. So looking at that, to someone that we know is going to guaranteed be that world champion. I think there's multiple people here that can be, but I think in the most immediate is Drew McIntyre. He's probably the most ready. So I have Mac because of that, because I think that is gonna have a success. It'll probably be sooner than later. and I could see McIntyre.
Yeah, plus that would, I mean, if that would lead to him challenging Seth, that would basically just be like watching a Pokemon evolution battle once he cashes in.
Yeah. Is that all the matches?
That's it. That's our Money in the Bank.
I've got a couple of questions. Because I was when I was looking at this, like looking at the card here, I was like, okay, what matches like am I really looking forward to? But I know every single year I always look forward to Money in the Bank, and it's not just because of the gimmick ladder match. There's like more years than not. There's usually a really good match on, like a class from somebody. We had CM Punk for a while back. That's always going to be remembered. But even like Cena AJ Styles, 3 years ago, or whatever. Cena and Kevin Owens on Kevin Kevin Owens' debut. Kevin Owens' debut. New Day and Usos a couple years ago.
I like how you're talking like The Miz and Shane McMahon. It's not going to be that match this year.
I'm just pointing at.
Well, that should be on an NXT Takeover. It's going to be so good.
I'm opening the question.
Wait, they get a takeover?
No, but it should be. They should have one just for that match.
No. Is there a takeover this Saturday?
No.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm like, I can't watch so much wrestling this week.
So anyway, is there? What do you guys think? Like looking at the card, what do you guys see stealing?
Seth Rollins, AJ Styles.
Yeah, that's Seth AJ with honorable mention going to Kofi and Owens for all, assuming that doesn't get the usual overbooked crap that the SmackDown World Title tends to get hampered by.
Yeah, I'm looking at most definitely Kofi and Kevin Owens if they give them the time, and if they work in a similar way that Brian did at WrestleMania with Kofi, because I think Kevin Owens can get there. He's an A+ guy in the ring like Brian is, or an A level guy in the ring. So he could great match. Obviously, it's not the story of the WrestleMania payoff, but as far as in ring psychology and stuff, he can have that with Kofi. I see that if they can give them enough time, if they can build some legitimacy that we think that Kevin Owens is actually going to win this, and we just don't assume that Kofi is going to. If we can have that kind of belief that Kofi can lose, I can see that one being a clash.
And that's why I hated the ending of this week's SmackDown, where Kofi was getting 2-on-1 beat down by Sammy and Owens, but then he still fought them off and stood tall in the end. And it's like, well, thanks. You just kind of kicked my willing suspension disbelief in the UC Hots. Let the heel go out on top on a go home show and create that doubt. It's simple. Huh.
Follow-up question: What do you guys think? What's the worst match? I'll be nice about it. What do you think is the worst match here?
The least good match. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question.
I've got Roman Reigns and Elias.
Yeah, I could see that being the most boring match.
It's because it's nothing against Elias or anything at all. I'm a huge fan of Elias. And the character side in ring, I think he's a brawler, he's a bruiser. But we just Roman's gonna win. I don't see these guys working to any point where we think Elias has any legitimacy at all.
No, they haven't.
A huge letdown, and
they definitely haven't booked Elias as looking like a guy that stands a chance of beating Roman Reigns, and unless he somehow slips UC Hot in Roman's vest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the least exciting or least interesting match. But hey, I hope they prove us wrong.
All right. Moving away.
Is it just me, or did we have did we disagree a little than usual? I think we're usually pretty much across pretty unanimous on a lot of our picks. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I get the feeling like like on this one that we had a bunch of different picks. Maybe that's just because there's more and more room for it. But I don't know. I felt like we were all over the place, and we normally are unanimous.
It's also because the booking's been so mad that I don't think we've been invested enough to really really latch on to cues that would kind of guide us all to the same booking philosophy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It could also be that there's only 3 of us this week.
Yeah.
PBR and Habes are not here with us for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if we ever got a reason for those, but yeah.
You calling people out now?
No. I'm just really just talking.
I'm just saying.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Habes went missing and PBR went looking for him. I think is what happened.
What happened in Wisconsin? I thought they were having good weather.
It's Wisconsin. Do they ever have good weather for any set amount of time?
I don't know. Habe said something this morning about having good weather, and then he said something about like 60 something degrees, and I'm like,
Jesus.
Yeah, and then our guy who automatically ran for his freaking scarf.
Yeah, I got a scarf, a thermal under my. I got 2 sweaters on. No, I got a long.
We had snowfall here this week, so you can screw off with your scarf.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, this has been the weather report portion of the podcast.
I would like to say that not everybody from California is like our guy out here with the cold. I love it. Even when it's cold, I still have the AC on in my car.
I still have the fan on even in the winter time.
All right, moving away from the weather, I want to talk about the Kayfabe Soup Fantasy Wrestling League for a second. Just want to go over the results of week 1.
Yeah.
Since we don't have PBR here, let's start off with the Hayes group. It was PBR versus Stefan Colon. PBR got 3 points. How is that possible? I have no idea, but Stefan got 24.3.
I guess it's proof that he's not cheating.
Okay. Don't laugh, intern, dude. Just wait till we get to your points.
I'm pretty sure I'm terrible.
Caleb Hopwood made 20.7 points and defeated Bradley D. Linebeck with 13.9 points. Katie Buell lost to Lindsey Johnson. Katie got 28.3. Lindsey Johnson got 37.4. So she got top score in this group. And whoever the intern had a bye this week with the intern got a bye this week, so he didn't go against anybody, but he only got 11.7. So he got the second lowest score in this pool.
Go for buys.
Right. Moving on to the second group, we have Jesse Sutherland with 36.1 points, beating Habes with 28.1. So that was I guess a better matchup for the Kayfabe Soup admins. John LaDelia won with 19.8 over Dylan Bonacci. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Bonacci. That's the way.
Real quick, I have a question. Is Money in the Bank included for this week?
Yes.
So this is not the finals, right?
Ooh, question.
Yeah,
you're just doing the scores as they stand now, right?
I don't know how PBR does this. I don't know if he scores pay-per-views. I don't know if he scores.
I was in the understanding that the pay-per-views count for the week. That's my understanding here.
The week before?
Do they have the thing are the weeks running Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Saturday?
Yeah, that's the question. So I don't know. Apparently we don't know.
We'll just say the standings as they stand now for the week, and then
so as of now,
clarify.
Yes. Where was I at? Dylan Bonacci. Bonacci. He lost with 11.3 points. Next up, we have Matthew Gibson over Brandon Holt. Matthew had 17.5. Brandon had 10.3. And then the bye week was the person that got the bye week was Jabarella with 28.2 points. So not
Oh,
bad.
that's kind of crappy to have that much points on a bye week.
Yeah. So far within these two groups, Lindsey Johnson still has the most points with 37.4. Coming in second is Jesse Sutherland. And then who came in third? 28.3 is Katie Bluell. So that's your top three so
Nice.
far.
That's good scores.
Yeah, really good scores. And then the last group we have Argyle with 28.7.
Woo woo.
Beating Scott 23.
As
This
it
is a
stands
really
now.
as it stands now. Yeah, we'll find out later. Next one is probably the closest match that we have is Kaden Gerke with 15.5 over Kevin Golden with 15.4.
Wow.
So 0.1 is separating both of these guys.
They both deserve to lose. 15 points?
Richard Corrigan with 26.8 over Joshua Newbury with 6.5.
There we go.
6.5. Joshua, you are a former Kayfabe Soup champion. You got to do better, man.
Jay Noobs, yeah, we expect more.
Yeah, and then I had the bye week in this group with 20.1 points, which isn't bad.
Oh, pretty solid.
Yeah.
I have people here get no points. I'm a little disappointed in Eric and Tony Nese.
Yeah, let's look at ours. Yeah, let's talk for a little bit. So yeah, Tony Nese and Eric from
the Raider experience.
Viking, whatever they're called now. They have no.
These cannot be fully up to date then, because Tony Nese wrestled against. Who did he wrestle again? He wrestled someone from the UK. I'm trying to remember who it was on this week's 205 Live, and won.
In fact,
okay,
hold on. No cruise points. So yeah.
I have a question. Did Kofi show up on SmackDown or Raw?
Yeah, he was on SmackDown. He was in both the opening and closing segment.
So with that being said, these are not completely updated because he has Kofi as 0. So my score should be higher. Where are you, intern?
So in other words, we just wasted several minutes.
You can put that in the complaint box.
I'll probably, yeah.
Well, this better be why he's not doing the podcast. He better be trying to update this properly.
Right, I hope so. All right, so moving away from that, wasted.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, moving on. What else could we talk about? AEW, they TNT announced a deal with AEW that they will be pretty much on TNT.
Airing Tuesdays, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's the last thing I heard too. And they will also be live streaming on. Oh, I forgot where they're gonna be live.
BR Live.
That was it.
BR Live. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Not only that, but they also over there in Europe, I think they got like one of the top channels to be shown, which is great for them. I think it's the third highest channel.
Oh wow.
Which is great, yeah. Because I know they beat Channel 4, and they're just underneath BBC.
Huh.
So that's good for AEW. They're just a T-shirt company. It's that little stigma is going away, even though Kenny Omega says. A tweet today, it's like, let's get these T-shirts made or something like that. I forgot what it said.
Kenny, you're not helping.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know what else. What else happened?
so as so I think this didn't make the airwaves here yet, but in the background I'm WCW's Uncensored '96, right? And
Yeah.
I was a little distracted. One by how sleazy Diamond Dallas Page was in 1996.
Yes, sir.
But also he's in an I Quit match against the Booty Man.
Did you get to the finish yet?
No, the match just started, but yeah, the Booty Man
If
making his
okay,
appearance here against
if
DDP.
if this is the match I think it is with the finish I think it is, remember that it's an I Quit match when you get to the finish.
Okay, will do. Oh god, but okay, yeah, a
Oh,
little distracted here with
Buddhist the
the Booty
Barber Beefcake, as I like to call him.
Man.
Booty
Yeah.
Buddhist. Ha ha ha! I'm a genius.
So I've AEW. I'm more excited for AEW today, and I'm more excited for it than I have been. I'm really looking forward to AEW. I do want to say so in the announcement that they had. It was there's a 2-page report here, but basically what I liked here, what I found fascinating, found on I'm sorry, focus on producing fast-paced, high-impact competitions. AEW offers fans less scripted, soapy drama and more and real sports analytics, bringing a legitimacy to wrestling that is not. Wrestlers will also be given more freedom to explore their characters and highlight their athletic. Introducing statistics to wrestling for the first. AEW will raise the stakes for its matches and deepen fan engagement by each competitor's wins and losses as the wrestlers pursue championships, analyzing their moves, assessing damage to their opponents, and providing insights into their winning streaks. I was already hyped for
so
it before, but that really got to me, and
th-
that was something that I
this
yeah.
is basically just saying it's gonna be New Japan USA mixed in with UFC and a little bit of WWE. That's all I
But
hear, and
but
that
bro, how can you have a wrestling company without a writer, bro? Vince McMahon or Vince Russo lost his mind over that statement back when it
I
was originally told there was
I
no
can't
writers.
I can't wait for his take.
Oh, you know he's gonna hate it just because he's already said it in his mind that he's not gonna like that he doesn't like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Which is then
I would.
ironic that he craps on all the dirt sheet writers that do the same thing to him.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I was watching NXT this week, and I mean AEW is gonna be it's gonna be a different product, but like roster wise and just kind of the way that NXT is presented, there's a lot of similarities here, and I don't know. I could see NXT still being better than.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like takeover matches are getting like 5 now 6-star matches. Some of the best matches in WWE history are going on at NXT right now and have been for the last few years.
yeah.
So
But
I don't know if
on the
AEW is
other
going
on the other end, you have Kenny Omega, in AEW, who is pretty much like the guy right now in wrestling. Obviously, he hasn't been in a ring since Wrestle Kingdom, I think.
Not in the major ring. From what I've heard, he has been wrestling like just small indie shows in Manitoba.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
just
know
really
that.
small under the radar things.
I know,
if
because
you
I know
ask
the.
if you
Oh,
ask
go ahead.
Randy Orton, that's all he does.
Well, that's all any of them do.
It's just wrestle small indie shows.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm excited for AEW. Obviously, a bunch of
Yeah.
these guys.
In fact, before you continue, fun fact: Kenny Omega at a show in Winnipeg, I believe, actually got pinned by Don Callis on March
Very good.
30th.
Very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which makes me wonder if Don Callis booked that match. Anyhow, for Premier Championship Wrestling, which I've never
has
heard of, so it must be Canadian.
has he has he showed up to a bar wrestling?
Who?
Omega.
I don't
No.
think that.
But the Bucks were just there. They signed referee um I think his first name is Mike or Mike Knox, the guy
Yeah.
Oh, right.
from Lucha Underground.
Right.
But yeah, they just signed him, which I thought the little skit they had going on was funny because everybody thought it was them offering the contract to Joey Ryan, and then they're like, "Yeah, dude, we're not here for you." And they turn to Mike Knox and they offer him the contract, and homeboy looks like he's about to cry,
Yeah.
which is great. But yeah, they AEW doing some things, good things. The only questionable thing is that they're bringing in Earl Hebner. I don't know why. Um,
I guess they want to have merchandise stolen and hawked off on the side.
something I don't know,
Oh.
dude. One of my biggest fears for AEW is that they're gonna turn into WCW point two, real quick.
Signing up on
It-
TNT isn't helping that perception.
If it's anything like Uncensored 96, then I'm all about it because this Booty Man match, this is it. I just got to that finish. So this was an I Quit match, right?
Yeah.
With the finish of Booty Man taking advantage of Diamond Dallas Page, who was distracted outside by Booty Man's valet manager, and then what was it? He just got a knee strike in and a roll up.
Yeah.
Pinfall.
Pinfall in a night quit match.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Very good.
you missed the best part of that too. His finisher isn't just a knee strike; it's the high knee because the high knee is like high knee.
Oh yes.
I'm not even
that's
kidding. That was the
good.
whole
Yeah.
logic.
Yes. I'm rewatching it now. The high knee. That's good. For those of you
All
that
right.
haven't done your create a superstar
Oh,
yet,
here it is.
that finisher is out. The high knee.
All right. We're gonna wrap it up here. Let's do some plugs. Thank you again for listening to the podcast. If you made it this far, we are on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Those are the major ones. The smaller ones, we're on Breaker, Overcast, Rocket Cast, Radio Public, Stitcher, and maybe some other ones I haven't checked in a while. We do have a Pro Wrestling Tees store. Go check it. Go check it out. We have a couple shirts up there for sale. Um, if you want to get on this, well, actually, you can't anymore. Huh? The fantasy wrestling that's kind of closing for
Fantasy wrestling, no, but for our season 4 of predictions game
Oh yeah, season four. It starts this Sunday
starts this Sunday.
with
So
Money in the Bank. There will be a prize for our Patreon. Whoever wins. Um, but yeah, sign up for Patreon. Whether it's the if you want to get ready for the next season of the fantasy wrestling, or you just want to do the predictions game, go
Because
check
remember,
it
the
out.
fantasy wrestling only runs for what was it, 10 weeks? Was it?
Yes,
yeah,
it's 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
if you
two and a
you're
half months.
so you can still get into the next season in 10 weeks.
and
Exactly.
I want to stress too, there's no cutoff for predictions game for our Patreon usage, which is going to include obviously our prizes and more in-depth storylines, character work. There's no cutoff for that. You can sign up when you want during our season, but I would highly suggest getting in before Sunday, so you can get your points in off the bat. Highly suggest that.
Yeah. Like always, we're still on Facebook. We will always be on Facebook. We have an Instagram where Jabarella and Habes have been putting in so much work to build that. They're doing amazing. We're on Twitter. We're on Reddit, kind of. And obviously, this podcast is gonna go up on YouTube. Um, YouTube, it's pretty much just the podcast is on there. PBR has a couple videos on
Yeah,
there.
I've been slacking big time thanks to my work schedule. I've been watching SmackDown later, and I'm just completely wiped by the time I review it, and haven't felt like recording a review. So if work gets their crap together, I'll start doing more stuff.
Exactly. That's also the problem with me. Like I've had notes for like before the best of Super Juniors. I wanted to make a video for that, but that already started just because I got lazy and didn't do anything. But eventually I will start something with New Japan on YouTube. And I think it's going to be more of a like people seeing my face as I talk to them instead of having a background. But whenever I get to it, that's gonna happen.
I don't hate the Soupies enough to do that to them.
I do. Some of these guys are just horrible. Some of them are just horrible. There's God. Okay, I'm just gonna stop before.
Joshua Newberry, 6 points. 6 points.
Dude, we have a freaking admin that got 3. Come on. All right. With that being said, we are done. You guys say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Top guys out.